He possesses more than 2 decades of experience in IT, business process consulting, and automation consulting.
And this month, I started another role as a senior business consultant in the ESG sustainability area, billing system for Amdocs. I believe in 4 ways of how to look at things. Competition within the team.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. My name is Tanayol, and I'm an anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry veterans to come together to share their knowledge, ideas, thoughts, and best practices with one another, as well as with upcoming industry leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings of all our industry stalwarts. We hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leader interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone as they help us to identify, nurture, and work on trade secrets that have already proven a success formula for so many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge sharing community. We have one such industry giant on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Leonard D'Silva. We welcome you on the show, sir.
Thanks, Tane. Thanks a lot.
He possesses more than 2 decades of experience in IT, business process consulting, and automation consulting, spanning a wide range of domains and functions. With a wide-ranging background in finance, banking, and telecommunication, he has effectively overseen a variety of initiatives employing Waterfall, Agile, ITIL, and design thinking approaches. In his last role as senior manager of BPMD in Mumbai from June 2021 to December 2023, he has directed the day-to-day operations of the India team, overseeing its profit and loss and finance. His responsibilities included managing the smart automation portfolio, consisting of robotic process automation and task mining. He has played a key role in creating process flows for migrating processes into SAP Signavio using UiPath and developing training collateral for RPA, delivering training to client functional teams. He has consistently delivered process mining projects for order to cash and procure to pay across various functions. So, sir, could you provide an overview of your professional journey, particularly highlighting your roles and responsibilities in your recent positions?
So, hi, Tane. Thanks for this opportunity. And thanks for the question itself. So, it takes us back, and you brought me to the start of this journey almost 21 years back. So, most of my career has spanned across IT, telcos, and robotic process automation. Okay, my projects are under. I started being an engineer in electronics and telco. My direction was towards telecom. I started with Tata Teleservices, being a field engineer, taking care of the wireline services. CDMA was launched during that period. From there, I moved to Reliance. I used to see Pan India wireline services, talk to the ground engineers, work with them, get the lines and all configured. It was a beautiful journey. Sometimes starting with being on the ground with your chrome punch tool, and then it was in-house all the way. I got a training in Huawei soft switch, and I did the GSM technology installation and commissioning of the towers in the northeast region of India. So that was my entire telecom journey, and learned a lot of nitty-gritties and things around how the telecom function works. I made a transition to the business and the functional side of things. Okay, I got an opportunity to move from moving from a technical telecom background. I moved into business process. What intrigued me there was we do things and all, but do we have a process to it? Why is there? One of my earlier managers and mentor told me there are two things we have to refer to. That is cycle time and right first time. That's what the end clients look at. If you are committed, you have to get that thing done within your cycle time that you have told them. And it has to be right first time. You can't go, for example, even installation. Those days, We used to go and install CDMA boxes at client places. You went once, you could not get a signal, you went to. Now we are into a matured environment. You have towers all over the place. There is no drop. Initially, for every, if you're traveling, I'm being from Mumbai, if you travel in the local train, your signal is to always drop. You enter into a tunnel, your signal drops. But that was the days when we worked, and we are now here in today's age and world where more than voice, data is transmitted on the entire network that was built actually for voice, but now data is the main transmission. So we have moved a long way there. So this is the technical side of things, but there is a lot of things that go in the back end. You have your customer service, you have your order management guys, you have your procurement guides. Unless you know the process is well defined, you'll not be able to deliver it. And that's where business process management came into fore. And I started working in that space as well. So I moved across some of the major organizations. I had an opportunity to be one of the initial person when Apple was launched in US, and I was there working for AT&T to support the Apple launch as well. They also were not aware of how many sales would be there. The first time when Apple went into market in 2010, the entire network of us crashed. Okay? Then we got to know, okay, this is how we have to start building. So again, we come down to business process management as well. Processes were not defined. We understood that. I worked there, them trying to get the processes documented, and then moved on. But one of the major organization, Tech Mahindra, I almost spent a lot of my journey, of work journey over there in 2 stints. One was in the robotic process automation. Okay, 3 years in US delivering robotic process automation projects for them. Coming back to India, delivering it again successfully as well. Automation was the flavor. Now we have matured a lot. From RPA, we have gone into AI, ML, we have gone into generative AI and chat GPT now. Everything again comes down to how you merge that into your process and how you make a better use of it. Last company where you almost gave a very good introduction, being in BPMD, small consultancy firm, that's how you do everything. You're the operations head, you do the hiring, you do the sales. Middle East was my area. So you look at them, you look at all the problems and everything of your teammate, keep them always motivated. So you are playing multiple hats when you enter the office. So that was experience over there. And now in this month, I started another role as a senior business consultant in the ESG sustainability area. My dear school friend started an HR and consultancy services over there last year, and he wanted me to help with building the ESG portfolio over there. People know about ESG just by the terminology, but what it is, how we can go about it. It's a big area, and it's there to stay, and it's a continuous improvement process. So that's where I'm helping him out in structuring his ESG portfolio and taking it from there.
So can you discuss your experience with project management methodologies such as Waterfall and Agile and how you've applied them in your projects?
So yes, if you talk about project management, yes, Waterfall and Agile comes to your mind. Currently, if you see, there are other tools as well. Kanban, Scrum, Safe Agile. We started with Waterfall. And again, these are terminologies. There is nothing good, nothing bad about it. Depends on what's your constraint and what you want to deliver and how those projects has to pan out. If it's a product-based company, you want to release some feature of the product. That's where you use Agile. Okay. People have, from nothing was defined earlier, people have developed it into a 2 week sprint. In every 2 weeks, you have to start delivering at least a feature and release it into the market. Look at it. Manufacturing industries go mostly on the waterfall model. They know this is their budget, this is their time, these are the resources available there. Let's define our end-to-end flow. Once they know about it, they go from start to finish, from requirement till implementation, and then building on it from there. So that's the way project management works. And I've used it when I was in the product-based industry for the billing system for Amdocs. We had to build features. We had to build something new every time. We used to work in the agile way. In the RPA side of things, the use cases are well defined. So when the use cases are defined, you work right from the requirement and sitting with your developers, testers, implementing it, and then fine tuning your bots and all as and when you go. So it's a mix of everything. And when people in today's world say whether agile is good or whether waterfall is good, there is nothing good or bad. What purpose it wants to serve you, you can pick and choose that particular methodology.
So can you describe your approach to training and mentoring high-performing teams, including performance reviews and professional coaching?
That's one of my strong skill as well, being on the people-oriented side. And from day one, from when I was an intern and an apprentice, I still had a team with me. Till when I matured and grew up the ladder, I still had a team with me. People say you have to be a good leader, you have to be motivating them, you have to. It all drills down to empathy. Okay. And one of the things which I take is people get you the numbers and it's not the other way around. Okay. If you have the right people, you nurture them, you work with them, you understand them. People come with a lot of insights when they enter office. Okay. We say, keep all your other stuff out when you enter in, but no, that's something that each and everyone carries. You have to be there, understand them, motivate them, look at what they can do better. It's not of giving. People say 100% you have to give every day, but it's not about giving 100% every day. Give your 30% also, but do it right. Do it within the time frame. And that you encourage your team. Okay. Others builds the pressure on them. I work in that mold. Performance review. Personally, I don't advocate performance review. It's something that you judge someone. You are not in the right shoes to judge someone. You don't know what's on the other side. I don't like that. Every day, yes, I do every day a 5 or 10 minute session with my team once they enter office. Understand what their needs are, how they want to grow, what they want to do for the day. Hold them. Training is one aspect of it because you want the skills to grow. You want to get them into each and every day of coming up with something new. Plus, it helps in growing your business. It helps in growing that individual as well. You start with small rewards. You start with small competition within the team, a healthy competition. That's what I always do. I started an initiative in one of my previous companies and I continued it in all my companies that are there. Star performer of the month, voting within the team. It just helps. It just motivates. It becomes a healthy competition and someone likes it. You give a bit of a trophy and a monetary gain, people are happy to celebrate it. And that helps you keep your team going. So I look at empathy and looking at the individual itself. The people matter most.
So how and when did you develop an interest in ESG?
Again, ESG is something buzzword going around. ESG, ESG, ESG. But in one of my previous projects that was there, then it was against governance and controls. So when I was researching and doing that project and getting the processes there, the ESG concept came out. Once you start Googling with the terminology, it starts throwing you information. It intrigued me a lot. Okay? I said, yes, what is this ESG? I did a lot of research as well. And then I made a conscious effort of transitioning from IT into ESG part of it. ESG is a function that cuts across all organizations and all functions. It's not a vertical domain, it's a horizontal cutting across all. That's the reason I invested and I joined the ESG course in Directors Institute. I believe in 4 ways of how to look at things, which I developed. Educate. Unless you educate yourself, you not know what are those terminologies, what goes into ESG. When you talk about GRI, you talk about BRSR, what all goes into it. Once you are educated, you can advocate that. You can tell people around. It starts with small things. It's not only around organization, from your home itself, in your own building complexes and all. You can propagate what ESG is all about. Mostly people know about environment, but they don't know about the S and the G part of it. You only talk climate change, again, environment, but there is the social part of it, there is the governance part of it. All these together, once they work in tandem, is when you'll get the right output. That's when I said, okay, let's look at it. After you advocate, then you can start making organizations to adapt to the change. No one takes change in the right way and immediately. Okay, it takes time. So they require to adapt to those changes. Okay, and then they'll be able to work with their end customers and vendors and all to do it. And once you adapt, it's adopting the entire principle, because that's turns into a habit, and then you work with it day in and day out. You cascade it. It's a top-down approach. Employees, your vendors, your clients all start adopting it as a practice, and then that's where the changes will be able to see. So,
As an ESG expert, what values do you bring to the table?
there's lots in ESG. I started off with learning ESG, and like I said, in my current role as a senior business consultant for I'm trying to understand what's basic, what the educating part, okay, and advocating part. Unless I build those consultancy services and offerings as to what we have to educate to the clients or to the organizations, and how we can make them, okay, now you all understood what ESG is all about. This is where it stands. This is your functioning. Looking at all that together, and then providing an offering for them that they can start working on. It starts with the first baby step, and then it can mature out. So that's where of building the offering around ESG.
So, what are some changes you foresee with technological advents, namely IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, cloud, digital twin, big data, and Web 3.0 in your field?
A lot of technologies you mentioned there, but I can talk about two of them which I've used, AI and RPA. Okay. So currently, I'm even pursuing a course in Gen AI. My entire process and thought process is about how I understand merge business process management, Gen AI, and ESG together. Okay. Now, unless your processes are fit in the right frame, you'll not be able to get the ESG output, risk mitigation, your operational resources. If you define it well in your process, generative AI works in the way, if people say report building. Currently, the norm is report. You have to start building BRSR report. It's currently for the 1,000 companies, listed companies. It will move to the next 50,000 in the next couple of years or so. How you can build those reports? What is there in the market? Generative AI will help you understanding the benchmarking in that respective area, in the respective function. Being a telecom, it will go through the reports, the data that is available. It can give you not only help you prepare your report, it will help you give your recommendations, best practices, what is over there. Okay. Spoke about RPA earlier. RPA is used everywhere currently at the back end. Any back end work, be it mostly in the banking sector, you have the bots working day in and day out and all. It helps in getting your menial jobs done easily and all. Something which requires more understanding, the people factor comes into. So this is something. Technology are just enablers. Unless you know what you want to get out of them, they are enablers for you. And these are just the few technologies. In the coming days, years, there'll be other technologies as well. What's your core? What you want to get? If you're looking at ESG aspect, which we have been talking about, how will those technologies help us to move forward? What can they give the best out of it?
So we're building a community here of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. What are your thoughts about this initiative taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the whole World Development Corporation team?
Starting with being here in one of this FaceTime with you. So this has given an opportunity for me to share things from my insight. The initiative taking and the lessons, the knowledge that I've already gone through the earlier FaceTime is immense. Something you learn from every industry. You may be a champion in your industry, but if there is something else you want to know, where do you go to? And these initiatives that has been taken provides that platform. I went through a couple of videos and I got, okay, this is how things are done in this particular area. I can use it. I might not be a champion in that area, but yes, I understand the basics, the nuances of it, and then I can take it further. So this definitely helps. It sets a platform for everyone to gain a lot of knowledge in the different areas. And a good initiative to keep going so that there are multiple things in the market across the globe. So when someone touches on one function, that's an added skill up your sleeve. That's an added skill that you take back to your organization, to your end clients, and you deliver it. So I look forward to more such FaceTimes that you all have with the other leaders to learn and gain a lot of it.
Great, sir. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will truly inspire future leaders. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Wish you the best for your future endeavors.
Thanks, Tanay. Thanks a lot. It was a pleasure talking.
Have a great day, sir.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.